the kids that are doing this, at some point, it's going to be so normalized that their moms are doing it just as much as their friends' moms are doing it. And it's not going to be some sort of like, competition and shaming, because Joey's mom was an OnlyFans skank back in the day, and just like your mom was, right? And so there's this back and forth between them. And I'm saying that it's going to get to the point where it's going to be so we're going to cast, what is it, the Overton window for for OnlyFans women who can't get away from their digital footprint.
Do you really think I'm not a good sister?
Well, it's not that you're not a good sister. It's just you gotta think that your actions don't just doesn't affect not just only you, but it also affects me. Like next year, I'm gonna be applying for colleges, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that with things that are on the internet. I might not even be able to get a girlfriend because people they already know. In public, people ask me, "Do you really like your sister? Do you really approve of this?" Like, I actually don't think this can work in my future.
Christian, with everything that I'm doing, I've never once wanted it to affect you like this. Bro, I'm sorry. I really don't want it to affect you.
There's nothing else I can say. I'm leaving.
Bro.
Did you say gynecologist?
No, colleges.
Oh, colleges.
Colleges.
I heard gynecologist. So
all
right, so I'm going to let Katie explain this one because she sent it to me.
So she's an OnlyFans model, right? Model, entertainer, etc. And she's been making money for her family, and providing for them. She's basically paying for her little brother's college, but he's everybody knows who you are, and they ask are you okay with your sister doing this stuff? How do you feel about it? I feel like that would be a really tough situation, man.
I'm actually going through that right now.
Yep. With your kids or
with
family?
my little same, different. You feel me?
Okay.
So my little brothers are they don't they're, you know what? I'm gonna just say it. They're so mean.
Oh yeah?
But at the end of the day,
about what you're doing?
Yeah. But at the end of the day,
though.
I'm the only one that they can call on, they can depend on. If they need something, right? My little brother, he's 16. He does football. He's emotionally unavailable. His life, his love is football.
Yeah.
You know? So he tore his ACL.
Okay.
Mom needed help. I went and I did that. You know? But then I come back into the household and they're like, yo, where's my sister? What is she doing? You know, who is she with?
She's in the streets,
and I
man.
understand. And I understand because I'm like, yo, I'm out here getting that bread.
It's confusing for a young man to see your sister doing that stuff.
Yeah, and it sucks because I understand that they have their feelings about what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
completely valid.
But at the end of the day, do not ever let anybody talk anything about your family.
Yeah.
If you know that you can depend on your family, if you can go on with that, if you can have solace and solidarity in that, that's fine.
Loki, I feel like the video is staged for engagement.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it may be staged for engagement, but that is some real stuff that's actually happening. And I kind of cried. I did. I cried a little bit.
First thing I thought when I saw this was this is probably to boost her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is
reaction farming.
I hate that that's my first presumption. I hate that
it wasn't really genuinely.
Yeah, that it wasn't. The fact that it could have been makes me feel that much worse for having watched the
Have you seen her other videos with him? She bought him a car with her.
Because I'm a mom, it hit me differently because I could understand that perspective as a young man. Because my son's about to be 16.
Well, a lot of the
I would love to hear so much more about your perspective because my mom has been an adult worker. She's been a dancer though. You feel me?
But my son doesn't know that realm of me.
No.
I feel that.
I have geo-blocked most of my family.
Do you think that he's going to find out? Is that a fear of yours?
I don't think that he's necessarily naive because my son is in top 1% in the country and in the gifted program.
You seem like you have smart kids.
My son is brilliant. He's actually appearing at Congress in June to actually speak at the medical leaders of America.
Can I come?
Yes.
I'm so serious.
Bring all your friends.
Yeah, so much. But there's a reason that I protect my one identity to the other. And I keep my lives completely separate because of that industry.
May I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
So you have your breast done.
Yes.
Okay. So
But
does that...
my boobs were about this size before I breastfed, so I really just pumped them back up to what they were.
Oh, okay. So my question is, because I want to get my breast done and everything like that.
I'll give you my doctor. He's amazing.
I'm going
I have no
with
scars.
Dr. Smith, but
Dr. Sessa, Sarasota, Florida.
That's real.
Oh.
And I've
Okay.
sent him people from Vegas, Boston, all over the country just to get them done because I literally have 0 scars.
But my question is, do you feel like after you had your breasts like done and everything like that, when it came to like PTAs and like involvement with like normal vanilla life,
I show
was
up
it
like a
different?
soccer mom with a bun in my hair, no makeup,
Dude,
and,
she's the
and a
MILF.
big hoodie.
Okay.
She's the
so
MILF.
it didn't change
I don't-
for you.
No. No.
Okay, thank
because
you.
I didn't allow it to. I don't
That's
project,
something that I'm
I don't
learning
present
from my
myself around my son or that realm of my life like this.
You would get so. You
See,
would get
so
along with my mom
here's the reason I'm asking you, and the reason I asked about your mom in the first place is this: is that
Listen, thank you.
there is a sort of this, and maybe this video sort of plays into that, but there's this, I think, push, or there's this new narrative, or there's this new like sort of line of attack on
There's
women
definitely
who
mom
do
shame.
it, well, it is, but it's also OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet never forgets. You all, and I've said this before. It's like women who are in OnlyFans, women. It doesn't have to be OnlyFans. You could be on Instagram and have like ass shots if you want. That's like somewhere that exists,
Absolutely.
right? And if you had if one, and I'm just saying it for sake of example, like if one of your son's friends, not himself,
Yeah.
but one of his friends looks up your shots from like 10 years ago and you go, "Is this your mom?" Right? That it would take a lot of determination for a guy to do for a kid to do that on, like, say, your Instagram. Not that they couldn't find it, they probably could, but the idea is that they're going to have the tenacity to go and do something like that so that they can find some way to fuck with your son because mom
But
was
those
I
an
separate
OnlyFans
myself
person.
weird.
so much
Those
from my
kids are
son's
weird.
friends. And
So
don't
do you-
allow them
do you-
to see this part of my personality because I literally show up with no makeup, hair, so they wouldn't even.
And
put
so,
it together.
here's the thing: is we had like a few weeks ago,
I'm very protective.
we had Fresh and Fit, and we had Marquette in here, and he was going after Doma because Doma has a child as well, right? And quite honestly, I thought it was more sensationalist than anything else. I understand the line of attack, and I understand there's this want to sort of like escalate shit as much as possible. But the fact of the matter is this is going to be increasingly more common as women get older, as we
Yeah.
progress more within the social media age. And I think that one of the things, and this was my take on this, is that the kids that are doing this, at some point, it's going to be so normalized that their moms are doing it just as much as their friends' moms are doing it. And it's not going to be some sort of like, competition and shaming because Joey's mom was an OnlyFans skank back in the day, and just like your mom was, right? And so there's this back and forth between them. And I'm saying that it's going to get to the point where it's going to be so we're going to cast, what is it, the Overton window for for OnlyFans women who can't get away from their digital footprint. So telling women to see sort of like the God's eye view of this, the forest for the trees here, and saying like going forward into the future, women are more likely going to regret having done what they've done, but only to an extent because so many have done it and so many are doing it still
I'm
right
not
now.
gonna lie. My son is so intelligent, and my son is so supportive. I've been a single mom pretty much since I was like 6 months pregnant. My ex-husband and I separated when he was a year because I caught him cheating on me when I was pregnant. Tried to do marriage counseling, didn't work. But I've never gotten child support, never gotten alimony. I've done everything for my son myself. So my son has wanted for nothing. He's a 4.8 weighted GPA. He's in the gifted top 1% in the country. Black belt in Taekwondo since he was 11.
Hell yeah.
I have done everything for my son by myself. And I also have an insanely sarcastic personality. And I sexualize 90% of jokes. And my son is witness to a bunch of them. So in that fact, he's not naive. However, we have not sat down and had the talk of what I do, although he does know that I work in the nightclub industry.
Do you think
It
he
just
needs to have
never
that
had,
talk?
but I know he's seen my dance shoes.
Yeah.
I know he's seen my outfits hanging out. you know what? I don't think he would judge me, and I don't think, like, when it came down to it, honestly, if I would have bring it up now, I don't think he'd be surprised.
He would be more proud.
And
Like,
you know what?
Speaking
and
from
he would just
experience,
brush
he
it
would
off
more
and be
proud.
like, you know what? My mom is the best mom. I never miss anything. I buy him everything. He wants for nothing. And I have no one to thank but myself. So,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that, so, like, a lot of, do you have something, Zoe?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, I have a daughter, and like, I've always thought about like how I'm going to bring that up, like when she gets older. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, if some kids say something to her, I'm just gonna tell her, walk your ass back in that classroom and tell them, okay, but did your mom bring you to Disneyland 6 times this year? Shut up.
Yeah, so like that's my whole thing. I got bullied relentlessly by everybody. They like ever since elementary school. They would be like, oh, so your mom's a stripper? Can I bounce quarters off of her ass or whatever, you know? So then my mom told me.
When you old enough.
I have also done my due
If
diligence.
they can make the money, shit, it's going to the same
I've also
place.
done
I
due
don't care.
diligence to
But
geo-block
for
certain
me-
parts of the country from being accessible to my entertainer Instagram. So I've blocked family members. I've blocked certain states.
My mom
I
had to do
actually
that
have
too.
an IT guy that has done that for me. So I've actually taken the time to actually do that. You know.
Well, so I think that a lot of the stuff that I see right now is this want to escalate things, and I don't think it's about like actually trying to warn women or anything like that, or it's more about like sort of there's this want for red meat in the chats. There's this want for this
contention.
this shaming, this
They want
shame,
contention.
and I hate to even use the word because I hate using. This is the most
I don't know
overused
what
word
it
in the world, but
means.
it's like they say these shaming tactics, but it's done from a perspective of I'm doing you the fucking favor. No,
Well,
you're not doing the
they can
fucking
only
favor.
shame
You're
you if
doing-
you have remorse.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, like, as I was saying before, I'm not saying that because things are going to be normalized more in the future. I think that, like I said, like the sons and daughters of women who are in OnlyFans right now, it's going to get to the point where it's going to be so common that I don't think it will be as big a deal as everybody wants to make it out. I'm not saying that it's right or it's fucking wrong. I'm just pointing out the obvious here is that there's going to be this commonality from the next generation. It's not Gen Z. It's going to be whatever comes after Gen Z. So I was going to say one second.
Go ahead.
I was going to say is that the idea that you're doing society and this woman a favor by saying you need to get off OnlyFans and go put on a burqa or go and get back to find a nunnery or some shit like that. The thing is you're only doing this not to help her, but to help to serve your own fucking brand because you think that by doing so it's going to help society. No, it's not, because society won't be the same way it is in another generation. So where do you stand at?
And you know when my OnlyFans actually came about? It was during COVID, when everything was closed and I didn't have I was doing real estate and I was dancing at a club and I didn't have any realm of income. So my instinctual thing as a mother was to provide for my son. So I came up with a way to do that, and that's where my OnlyFans originally came about, was really just to take care of my son. Because we couldn't go out of the house, but I still needed to provide. I still needed to pay my own rent.
Thank
I
you.
still needed to, buy my son stuff.
Thank you.
So that's where it came about. Like my OnlyFans really came about to provide for my child.
Thank you.
So they can judge me all they want. They're not my son's fucking parent.